now Robert would be able to stay in his own home without worrying when they were gone. That night, he and Piglet waited by a tree until the birds flew off. When they did, where's the birds? They flew away already. It said they waited until the birds flew away. Rabbit offered to sit out for them, but there was only room for two. There they go. So Pooh and Piglet waited and waited, and they paddled back to their roost. The bird family swooped toward their favorite branch, but when they saw that there wasn't any room on their branch, they flew in a different direction. Hooray! The plan worked. The pair checked to see if Rabbit was asleep. He won't be woken up by singing birds today, said Piglet. And as he walked towards their home with the sun rose over the bird family before they would have done it. Who was right? The birds caught on him right outside the window. It seemed he would have to go to the unexpected death. The baboon? You will need it later. No! Yeah. Are you finished? You need to poop? What did you say? No. Okay, take off your socks.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Come on. 60 Bison. Buffalo 18.
Willis going to look to throw first play. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him in the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
No! 60 Maverick. Ready.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Raiders had 0-1 of the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. You look at this Raiders defense. And they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. Here's Howell. His throw incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Howell. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. This defense for the Commanders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win. And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. They begin the drive with Robinson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's Howell to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route throw. But when you throw it out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to try.
Oh, it's okay. Mommy would say it was time to get out, right?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw, Howell. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Malik Willis, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
He got his medicine?
Raiders are able to strike through to add on their lead. Good start to the season for
What's wrong,
him.
bud?
A touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can
talk
keep
about
it up for an
something?
entire season, but don't burst the bubble
Oh,
because he thinks that he
Mommy's
can.
doing the right thing.
Guys go
Stop
into
crying.
a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage. What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts, and they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch here by McLaurin, and he's got himself a first down. Robinson up the middle. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Howell down to throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Throwing here, Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Brian Robinson out of the backfield, but it's going to be second down. You look at this Raiders defense. Yeah, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Coming.
Robinson will try to pick it up. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Howell will throw it. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll look to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march for the chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Carlson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone, and ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Howell. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable?
or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Willis looking to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First down, here's Mitchell. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Now Willis to throw. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
If I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't move.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 6 yards away. And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a round is on here in this first half. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Howell. And he will find his man, Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Howell throwing on first down here. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Howell out of the shotgun. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Out of the gun, it's Howell. That's out wide here for Robinson. And out of bounds right around the 20. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
That is caught at the 7. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Operating from the gun, Howell. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Broken tackle. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. Howell. Quick slant, Dotson. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2nd down and 4. Looking to throw. Howell. And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. What a...
Phone. John, it's calling me.
Hey. How's it going? Good. Yeah, not too bad. Today was good. We talked a lot about grants and like our research today. So.
Game he's having now 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Lynch. And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Raiders football first and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's got room. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And he's got it down to the 28.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Touchdown, Raiders! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have opened the lead up to 30. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
So everybody, so it is a lottery. It's a lottery. They're just saying that there's potential that
the Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Yeah, they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. And now they're in the hurry up. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down.
Because there's like a shot.
And you can tell just by looking at it that this
offense
is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over first and 10.
Still,
the Las Vegas offense offense ready to start this next drive.
Yeah, just
this drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
70 Ranger.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Try the right side with Mitchell. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Is this home in a deli set? 2 white people who think they're black? I wouldn't be surprised.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game. And while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Mitchell is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. Now they'll audible to something else. White going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Malik Willis keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
I said, why not? Why not Charlie? Yeah. It wasn't being funny.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lynch to throw. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive
I told him about it, man.
And after the interception, they are
I'll talk to Glory about it tomorrow.
with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
What?
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. Here we go. Lynch on 4th down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Mitchell. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. On 3rd down, it's Willis. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Oh, I was like, whoa. Oh, I had the wrong.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now Lynch sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A good 1st down call as the screenplay gets them 9. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Lynch. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Robinson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football.